All right, let's wait for a few people.
Cuatro vientos. This is music from South America that I've been hooked for a couple of years. It's from the mountains and deeply healing. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
All right. We got 21 people in the house. If these shows resonate with you, please share. Tzveta DaVinci, my sister. We're gonna have a raw, real, authentic conversation.
Yeah.
You know, Tzveta's a lot like me. She has no filter, and she will talk about anything in her life at any time. I get in trouble sometimes with Morgan for saying too much. Like, people don't need to know everything.
Really?
Really?
Shall I start with really? What an introduction.
All right. Kill the music. Kill the music.
I am killing.
So we can hear you. All right.
Yes.
We got my sister, my beautiful sister, as much as sister Tzveta is, Tio Guadalupe over in Sedona, Paul Castaneda, who just got back from Sedona. Ivania down in Tasmania, Michelle Good, Catarina de Amor, Raquel Trevino, Three Feathers, Sion Davies, Mary Cooper's back, Helen Angel of the Light, Angie Rita is in the house. Angie, Lady Love's in the house. Ludra Jane, old friend. Fiona Morris, old friend, yeah. Cindy Aldridge, Cindy Fink, Honey Borden's going to be on in a few days. I can't remember exactly when she's here. Let's see, Laura Bungars, Sean Morse, Maggie Levine, Rebecca Williams. Thank you for your tireless and continuous contribution to being the admin in the Soulogy group. Valerie Peterman's back. Nori Love's back. Sasha Grace is back. Trina Jake Apostadiro. And Katarina Sutakorva and Paula Skelton. All right. So Trina Jake is in Hawaii. I wonder what island she's on. Tom Whitebear, Terry Stacy. All right. Morgana is in the house too. All right. So yeah. So it's been a while. It's been a while since we've sat down and had a conversation. There's been a lot of stuff going on in your life. You've documented it. I've known you since around October
2017.
2017. I came to stay with you in December of 2017, and 3 or 4 other times after that. You married my divine beloved goddess Morgan Lee and I in your beautiful spiral garden.
Wait, can I just add that?
I know what you're going to say.
How you said Pussy
Willow.
Pussy Willow. That's the story that one day we're going to tell the story.
We might as well tell that story now, because I think we're going to need to have a few laughs, because I don't know where this conversation is going to go, but I think it's going to be intense. So,
oh my God, no, we have much more current situation to laugh at.
Well, let's just tell a short version of it. So
okay, you do tell the story.
Okay, so Tzveta, for those of you who don't know, Tzveta downloaded what she calls the Da Vinci Spiral from Leonardo da Vinci and other essences over a 2 or 3 year period. And eventually she created a physical manifestation of the Da Vinci Spiral in a garden at her business at the time. And she made a spiral garden. And so, long story short, we went to New Jersey to do an event in collaboration with her. And while we were there, she became a doctor of divinity. And so she told Morgan, I'm going to marry you guys. You guys are going to be the first customer that we have. And we knew we needed to, because of legal purposes, visa reasons. So it became a very beautiful, incredible experience. You can see it on YouTube. I mean, it speaks for itself. It was a tremendous, but we found out later, because Morgan and I walked to the center of the spiral. Morgan ran, actually. She actually ran.
You should post this video after you tell this story, and post it again so people know the background of the story.
So there's all these plants and different things placed in the spiral, and we meet in the middle of the spiral, and Tzveta starts a ceremony. And the ceremony must have been, what, 30 minutes probably. And so for most of that time, I noticed that she was very uncomfortable, and she kept wiggling her ass, basically, and seemed very uncomfortable, coming forward, moving back, trying to move from side to side.
Nobody could ever notice what was going on. And I'm going to, after that, tell the story from my point, after you tell it.
So I think it was 2 nights later, we were sitting around just relaxing, and she starts to tell the story about.
Can I tell the story? Can I tell the story? Because from my point, like, nobody could notice anything. So I walk in the center to meet them both. They come from 2 different directions, and they come through the spiral path, but in 2 opposite direction, because the spiral, the model, is the 2 energies. So it's the whole point of the masculine and feminine encircling. So Morgan was running. So I have prepared, I've channeled the whole to read what I'm gonna say about the whole ceremony. Yet as I walk in the middle, there is a plant, artificial pussy willow, behind me, and I'm with this long dress, and it's right stuck behind me, and it's poking me. Yet the ceremony is starting. I cannot move forward. I cannot move backward. I'm sitting there, and I cannot bring anything to read. So I start, and I say, people breathe. So if you watch the ceremony, you will see, like, I'm making things up as they come. And actually, this is what becomes so beautiful, authentic, spontaneous. And this is like poking me through the entire time. Lori is sitting right behind me. These people, they are seeing what's happening, and they are laughing behind me. They're giggling. And finally, Lori, like after 10 minutes into the ceremony, she finally said, no, this is going too much, too far. And she moved. And there's, through the ceremony, you can see that big sign where I finally step back, and this is where I start to read. But this is like the funniest, like, things. Yeah, I could not help but to share that, like, about the,
So, so I don't really know what you want to talk about, but knowing you, it'll have aspects of your personal journey.
Yes.
And you've been, I know, because we're intimate friends, and I know
we've connected.
We've been through a lot together.
Yeah.
We've experienced a lot together, a lot of magic, a lot of things. And so I don't really know, because I don't want to impose on your private life or anything. But well, I will say some general things. You, like many people, have had you're following your guidance, and you've moved to Miami, and magic has occurred for you. A place appeared for you. Money appeared for you. Friends and different things have happened, and you have still been very, very much, very present on Facebook, because I've seen you, and you're still doing what you've always done. And so with that, I'm going to hand it over to you and see where this thing goes.
Oh, authentic, like you, such an inspiration from day one. When a friend of mine, Michelle, she sent a video of you and say, you have to meet this guy. And actually matter everything. It's so synchronized beyond the picture. It's so unfolding to see how deeply connected we are all. This morning, I haven't spoken with her for many months. This morning, we had the most powerful conversation, which I'm gonna add to this. I'm gonna start from like just introducing myself. I'm from Bulgaria. I lived on 4 continents. I've done massive amount of work on myself yet. And this is just confirmation for all people that they have done so much work on them and it's still they're facing challenges. And I'm just here confirming, and maybe many will agree that as we work on ourselves, the challenges will not stop. They get bigger. This is, and in Da Vinci Spiral activation that I do charts that I'm going to do a little bit about the collective. This is what it's my spiral look like, the activation personal. But wow, it's so much, it's happening that the challenges are only to unpack the most precious gift that we carry. Over and over, I've been confirming with the transition of my son last year, my challenges are not stopping. And blessed I am, blessed are those that have a constantly experienced challenge after challenge after challenge, right in, I feel beyond blessed. Right in the middle of the challenges and the difficulties, like, I scream and I say, just take me. I've been here. I wrote a little bit, but this experience from January 1st, I'm going to recap it from 11/11. I woke up at 2:22. This is the exact time I'm born. And I saw the whole picture and I wrote a lot. And this is where my next journey took me. And I'm talking about this because from 11/11 to 4th of 4th of April, there's a big, this is the final chapter yet. It's the new chapter. 2 chapters, what I received, 2 chapters are overlapping from November, whatever's happening to April. Now I can talk about this with much more clarity. Everything was given with codes, different activation dates, things, and it's been precise. And saying with this, I am consulting with the collective spiral collectively. So from 11 to 4, this is the chapter, the finishing chapter of everything that we have experienced. Yet, how I see it, it's an overlapping. It's a new chapter from 11/11. I don't know if it makes sense. This is how.
So would you say it's something like? Let me give 2-3 examples. Like something like the predominant 3D paradigm being in place, overlapping with the new paradigm, or maybe the linear experience coming to an end, and the quantum experience initiating, and this overlap in between where both are present.
I feel it's many different ways, but they are merging. They are merging. So there's no one that is going to stay there. The old, actually, it's how I feel it, see it, experience it. It's one. It's not that they're literally overlapping. The old, it's destructuring, it's breaking down on pieces, but the new uses the old configuration. Actually, the new, just let's say we have this cup, and we've been all collectively asking, I need to change. It's been changed, transformation for many years, waves of consciousness, and we've been prepared for this time. So imagine we hold this cup. Now we want something else. The structure, the materials of this cup start to melt, to disintegrate in the original particles. Original particles. The 5D, it's not a structure, it's an energy, it's a force that comes and reconfigure what it's it's still the old particles. But the 5D, it's an energetic that uses the motion, the movement, the emotion. Our emotion uses it as a, and it's starting to restructure the old. So we are not the old, it does not disappear. This is the transmutation, this is the transformation. Like every emotion that we, and I've been doing a lot of videos on this, every emotion that we have, and one of my most powerful, I work with the fire, you have fire as well. We cannot get rid of the anger. We take the anger as the raw material. So anger is the seed, passion is the flower. Flower cannot come passion. You cannot be passionate even if you have not used the energy of the anger. There's nothing. The same thing. It's like we're using something unwanted, but not. We cannot push anything. The darkness. I just, this is on the 11/11. I wrote something that I actually haven't. I read it today to kind of go back and see the whole picture, and it makes so much sense. And I wrote, if you see shadow, it only means bright light, it's present there. Turn around, look back. So if I experience, so I'm behind the light and you can see my shadow here. This means, so if we see a shadow aspect of ourselves on the wall, here, this only means turn around, turn around. So turn everything around, turn the perception, turn the way you look at it, and you're faced with the bright light. And it was given, I couldn't understand it, but now going through these experiences, I don't know if this make all sense, but it's yes, overlapping, but using, we cannot get rid of anything. Everything that is given to us as negative, it's a raw material from where we start to, it's the diamond that we start to polish it, and it goes through our experience it, and especially through our heart. And you did a video a couple of days ago, very powerful video, very like you haven't done this for a while. And it's always, I always like rejoice to see this. It's like how I absolutely confirm with you how through our relationship, we are doing the greed of the earth that we were thinking it's place. It's not a place, it's people. It's through the heart to the heart, activating each other. We are the grid. Doesn't matter even anymore where we are. Doesn't matter. It's like we are, and this is what you've been doing forever, activating the grid. So the terrain, I want to talk about how all fits from 11.
Somebody had a question, and I think I'll just take a quick answer. So when you were talking about the emotions, Cindy Aldridge, thank you, Cindy. She was saying, so, but must we have anger? And I think what you're saying is, and you can add to this, is that what I'm starting to understand, that our emotions are very unique in this universe. You know, I talked about an episode that we had, Morgan and I had 2 nights before she went back to Australia, when we were being shown some more I don't know what you call it, the benefits of sacred sex. I talked about it. And again, this is not the 3D sex. This is me looking at her back, seeing light language and sacred geometry, receiving messages. And there was an ET star family member in the room. And I said, what are you doing? And he said, I'm assisting you, the masculine energy, to fully, realign, bringing back DNA to the right format, whatever. And but then I said, and then he said, but we're also observing you. We're observing the both of you. And I said, what do you mean? And it's because what the human species is bringing to the table is taking emotion and using it in the creative process, transforming it into an expanded creation. So I think, not to get her confused or anyone confused. This is using emotion. In other words, you can't get rid of anything, right? You can't divorce yourself from any aspect of the universe or yourself. So you're saying, as an example, anger, you're turning into a transformational, alchemic part of the process, right?
Perfectly said, because the emotion is the fuel of this universe. And when I generate one-on-one spirals, these are the emotion is the second. First we have and this is how it is done. It's the little mini formula of creation, how creation creates. This is the system that is not mine, it's universal. How creation creates and how we create consciously or unconsciously. So this gives you a big clarity. And the first step is we think, and after that is the emotion. And the emotion, it's used as a fuel to create action, and then boom, the reality it's created. So, and this is what from November, it has been there are mini cycles and mini, and then bigger cycles in the cycles. But this is the model how creation creates. And it started in November with the mental body being activated. Then was November up to this, and then was the emotional body, and then was the action body in December. 21st of December started what I was given is the longer period, because it's the density of the physicality. So this is the final chapter, yet is the new chapter from November. So everything that we've been through from November that we're going to be to April 4th, and I was not 100% sure, and I was like, it comes with emotion, feeling. Now I'm seeing it every single day. I've confirmed it with many sources, many people. So it's December. I did a ceremony for Christian, the last ceremony, December 20th. And it's December 21st started the physical. This is where a lot of people felt the need to move. There's so many people moving, shifting a little bit before, after that. But this is the physical embodiment, that it's the whole. And I wrote here the terrain, terra will be done, all parts physical will be in places, and this part is done. We are writing the final chapter, overlapping the new chapter. And it's, for me personally, I want to talk a little bit from that point.
So you're saying when you say terra, because of your accent,
terra is the terrain,
yeah,
the earth.
Land. Yeah, and
I'm talking about the earth, the earth element. Yeah.
But in some respect, there's a correlation to people moving to another part of the land, of the
physical movement. So in January 1st, this was I was activated when I woke up, 11/11, 2/22. This was like a boom. I wake up with a click, with a shoop, 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 and a click, click, click. And I had a whole, I've been drawing it. This is just the original, a whole system, a Stargate that has a layers, like a 3D layers. So the spiral moved like a shoop, 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 and click, click. And it as it moves, start click the parts. So our body and this is it's not, but it's universal. Our body is the stargate, using the motion of the spiral to activate us. So first individual spiral, when you're in the center of your own cross, and this is the cross of your personal integrity. This is the cross of your integrity of your own soul. You are gonna be pushed. You cannot do anything about this. So a lot of us have become intolerable. We cannot tolerate the lower shadow aspect, because they're coming, and they come as rage, they come as sickness, they come as whatever, and you cannot tolerate the level of tolerance right now. It's zero. That's I'm confirming it. Probably a lot of people will resonate. What we could tolerate before for years and years, and our own BS, we cannot tolerate. We are pushed from within. We've been activated. This is what we signed for, and now we are popping like a pop, 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 pop. So the thing is, we're popping. I've been popping. I've been stripping. I've stripped here, and this is I arrived here, I landed. Yes.
No, I was just going to say, to confirm, I don't know all the specifics, but I exchanged messages with Jason Estes last night. And the forecasting that he's put out since November 21st, when he first came on Soulogy, in the way he speaks, but he talks about what you're talking about. Now, the dates may not be the same, but he's talking about basically the same thing you're talking about in terms of this stuff coming up, and that in April it shifts to a mental kind of
completely thing. Different. With Amanda, we talked a couple of days ago, and yeah, she absolutely confirms as well. A lot of people are downloading the same, and a lot of people from around. Do you feel how we start to talk about the same things from a very different part? And it's tuning the language, the words. We're gonna even say the same sentences that they resonate, tuning to the same. And it's when two people come together, it's a collusion, it's a boom. So timelines right now, whoever you meet, it feels like, this is from my own personal experience, you come and it's like you're not going to meet anyone that not in your a structured DNA activation to assist your growth. There's no one person that it's in your energy field, emotional field, mental field, that is not assisting you personally.
Do you have any personal examples of that?
I'm not gonna go personal. I'm not gonna go personal for reasons here.
I'm just playing. I'm just
giving you. I know. You wanna hear dirty little things. Do you know?
I'm just like that.
I know. You're rude. Don't be rude. Don't be rude. But do you know? I'm dropping the stories, and the stories are so many stories. It doesn't matter what the story is. It's the matter what you get out, the essence. So as two people collide together, they create a commotion, like, and you know what's happening? And we go, this is the two timelines, like you and Morgan, and every person that you're meeting now, it's like two timelines. When they're in the same level, they come together and they create the vertical force. And you have no choice. You have no choice. You're stripped. You're on your knees. Everything gets exposed. Every little unresolved. And it's not that we haven't done our work. It's not, because we are taking to the high ground. This is the final stripping of every little residue on the collective one. It helped me, and it will help a lot of people to see what you were dealing in 1982. This is where we're in the collective spiral. I will show you something. We are in the 5th step. This is the collective spiral. We are on the 5th step. 5 is change, challenges, push to your own limits so you can unravel your own collectively. This is preparation. The 5th element, this is the 5th element, this is the hierophant. This is taking us to a higher ground, taking us as well to redoing our mentality, our attitude, our belief system. It's the final stripping, like there's nothing to hide. Complete exposure of one's own everything, the light and the dark is gonna. So personally, how I'm connecting it, and then I want all of you that are listening, to go back to 2001, what's happened in 2001 in your own personal life. I'm just like collectively and personally that we are coming together. But this is we're going to be unraveled December 2019, and I'm going to do a special show on this because so much it's coming from the collective Da Vinci spiral. So this is channel.
What does it look like? The energy, and just so people that aren't familiar with the Da Vinci spiral, many people in the Soulogy community, I see Jenna Harmon just made a comment how impressed she was with it. But if you're not familiar with it, what she's talking about is in 1982 and 2001, the same energies were present as they are now. That's what she was saying.
Yeah,
what were you doing in 2001? What was the energy?
Yes.
I was going to say, my question is, what does the energy look like as for the entire year, and especially at the end of the year, as you were referencing?
It's 5 from December 31st to this December last year to December this year. We are in an energetic, and it's not a prediction. This is as we're reading the energetic background. This is what it's given to us. You can make it good, you can make it bad. You can use, like, storm is coming, people, prepare your, tether your camel. Prepare for a storm. But this storm is not there to hurt us. It's there to unpack us. It's to steer us. So it's the most challenging times happen in 5. I posted something. Everything comes in 4. So this is one cycle that I'm talking from November to April. This is one little structure. I'm talking here, it's a bigger structure in terms of the spiral, where everything is coming 4. When the 4 takes place, it creates a stable structure. This is the terror. This is the emperor. This is the reality that we experience. Whatever we experience is going to be reshaped forever. And when I arrived here on the 1st of January, I had one word that has been coming over and over. We are in the unknowable. Nothing that we knew. Every plan, and all of you will agree, most of you, that we try to make, it just collapsed. God loves with us. Creation loves with us. No time, no plans. We cannot make a plan. It's just preparing us to stay in the moment. And I cannot make any plans. I could not. I cannot. I just dropped it. So one moment at the time, we are taken. It's inevitable. Every single person, and if you need a little reassurance, doesn't matter what the situation it is, it just relax. You're going to be taken to the next stage. We don't even need to do work anymore. That's it coming. It's not just be in the present moment. It's the bigger work we are doing now. We don't even need to work on ourselves. It's done. That's how I feel it. Here, in terms of the spiral, when this configuration 4, the next step is 5th. The 5th step. 5, it's challenger, transformer, shaker, in your face, air element. It stirs the energy. Yet we can use this. We can use knowing. We can use this to prepare, because we are going to be activated by the channel of the earth December this year, where we are starting. We are going to unpack our physical. Up to now, they were, and somebody else explained it in similar way, but how people that done spiritual work, they've gone from the spiritual, mental, emotional, we're going down to the physical. A lot of people that come out from the physical, they go from the physical and going up to the spiritual. So we are gonna kind of level. So we are all doing the work. They not one person that is not here on this planet that is not assisting the collective. Even with the biggest bullshit they're doing in the eyes of somebody, everybody it's assisting. Everybody it's on full plan, on a full, how to say it, the soul, it's overriding right now. Doesn't matter somebody, it's very unconscious. They're unconsciously doing the work for the collective behalf of the divine, behalf of the collective. That's what I am picking up from here, rebalancing. So everybody, and I think like the spiritual community is talking about, oh, there's so many people unaware. They sign for this to be unaware. They need to be unaware to shake people like us so we can do our work. It's like kind of groupies. We're doing a group therapy for each other, serving each other in a most beautiful way. My God. So,
Vanya says this is so resonating.
Resonating, original. We're going. So, Vanya, I love you, sister. She's,
Shaz says this is really resonating.
Love you guys. Give me more words with R. Let's talk about R. R.
So,
okay.
Going back to what you were saying about the, just for some clarification, and I know how you meant this. It's not as literal as you meant it, but and that was we don't even have to do the work. It's like the work is coming to us. It's like we used to have to go dig for it, and now it's just
no
like
more work, guys. No more work. Let's graduate. Let's graduate. I did myself 2 years ago. I wrote myself diploma, like a year and a half, just before my 50th birthday. I wrote myself diploma and say, congratulations for 50 years lifetime. Well done. Like time to acknowledge our own journey, and let's graduate. Let's have that party, graduation party. All of us. That's what it comes to me. But no more work. Work, it's kind of a dirty word.
Yeah.
I want to share the many things to share, and maybe we do next week another show, because there's so many aspects I want to share, and we don't have much time. But I was stripped here. I was put on my knees. I've been humbled. I'm a Leo. I've got 4 lions in my astrology chart. If this, you can make sense of it. So I have arrogance. I have all this vanity and I've been challenged to the core. I thought I got my BS. No, I did not. There's so much more to this trip from me. So yes, I've been put on all levels, spiritual, mental, emotional, physical, literally on my knees. And I'm not saying this to feel sorry for me. I feel blessed for this experience. I came here with, oh, I'm going to come and rest. No rest. No rest. But it's been the whole challenge. I'm seeing it now more clear. It's been to take me in the moment, to be able to respond to each event, to each person in the presence of the moment. It's like wave after wave. It's like crashing, like each day here for me, it's been each day as a lifetime intensity. And it's getting even more intense. And my challenges, our challenges are not going to stop, because this energy is unstoppable. And it's, for me, it's becoming question of how to ride the big wave. Ride the big waves, guys. So we are learning, because these little waves, it's boring. It's boring. Let's get to the real stuff, where we have fun, and like the roller coaster. And
roller coaster.
Okay, so I want to share about something. I left my dog Joey, you know Joey, very personally.
I was just about to ask you about this.
So listen to that. I come here, and a friend of mine, she asked me to look after her dog. I look after, and we had a little commotion. I say, I didn't come here to look after dog. Then I had to start to work. I don't want to talk this about, but I haven't worked for anyone in my life. So this was a big challenge. So part of my work is looking after this amazing chows. Two lions. I'm going to show you 2 lions that are beyond. They're not trained. I was thrown, it's like in the cold water, but they're most incredible creature. And Michelle, and then the girl that I'm living, that I rented the place from her last week, she called and she said, Tzveta, can you take care of my baby? And I met Max, and Max, she's got the energy of Joey. So I say, oh my God, and I'm resisting. I'm inside. I'm like screaming. Another dog? Really? I've been walking like crazy, and I'm on a leash, and I've been resisting and screaming inside, and it's such a struggle. And it's like, today I had an opening, and Michelle, she said, the dogs are taking you through portals. They are activating. They are bringing you to portals. These are your elementals. And it's like, oh my God. Max, you've got the same, and even somebody, I posted a picture, somebody said, did Joey came there? It was beyond. It's so many things are here in disguise. So I just want to show you, this is Leo. This is one of the chow. Look at this. Massive, beautiful. They're like, I'm walking 2 lions here. So the animals, they've been assisting me throughout the whole time. And today I saw it. Today I say, oh my God, this is what it, because I know on one deep level that no one person is going to be in my life without a very high reason to bring me in my full activation. So this is one aspect, that it's like the animal kingdoms are here too. And I'm watching here something very incredible in Miami. Like almost every residence here has a dog. It's full of dog parks. And I've been walking a lot, and it's exquisite. And I just one day realized, we people are servicing the dogs. Every person is serving their dog. It's not the other way around. Actually, we people are in the service. Everything goes around the dogs. And if you have a dog, and I'm just talking this about the people that have animals, and it's, if you don't have it, doesn't matter. I'm just like, this means that the people that have animals, they need assistance from the animal kingdom. That's what I'm picking up on a collective.
Wow. That's deep, man. That resonates. It
resonates.
Really, it really resonates.
Really.
So you've got Max there with you, which has got the same.
I've got Max. Yes, I've got Max. I'm taking care of these two childs. It's like, and they need like 2 or 3 times a day, and Max, he needs like 4 times a day walk. So me and the park, and one part of me is resisting, say, I didn't sign for this, and another part say, Tzveta, look where you are. Look where you are. Like, they are, everything is here to be beyond humble, grateful, blessed, beyond. And this is, again, saying this, the darker and the lighter, they're overlapping. In matter of minutes, I go to rage, internal rage, and then I go to infinite bliss in matter of minutes. And the heartbeat is becoming so stretched. It's like the adrenaline rush. It's like I'm high on life. I'm high on everything. Everything, it's like raw, open, available to be run through the heart and extract the essence.
I tried to hold it in until you said,
no, don't hold it, please. We have to bring a humor. It's the best things. The best things.
Yeah, that's powerful. What you're talking about.
So, yeah, being stripped, and I'm so blessed for this. And it's like stripping time on all level.
Mm-hmm.
What else? So much more. The collective, the personal. Tell me about you. What is being here? Tell me about you.
What would you like to know?
Oh,
this could be dangerous.
No, because you are in the. How it's your fire? How are you experience the fire? Because in your spiral, thought is the same number as me, number 2, and 2 it's the very gentle energy that come to assist in these times after 2012. The 2 is watery, so we are very. You are gentle, yet you are 2 and fire. So when water and fire, they come, they create commotion, they create, but there's the bigger opportunity for integration. I just want to show you the bigger model, and then I'm going to, that's why I'm asking you, because Todd, in his personal spiral, it's in the fire element. So everything that you experience is going to be action taking, action in alignment with your high integrity. So what is happening? Our mind, and this is the earth, this is our reality, this is our experiences. Whatever we think, it's projected. The reality is only the screen of our reality, nothing else. This is the screen that it's projected. Whatever we think, it's going to be projected here. But there are 2 steps necessary because it's density. Collectively, we're working fire and water. What are the fire and water? Masculine and feminine. So the whole working, so this is the mind and the earth, but the whole working collectively, it's here between these 2. So this is what we've been integrating. This is the marriages that I do on one-on-one. I do individual marriages to integrate your own fire and water. So for you being in the fire element, how are your experience?
Remember, I'm a triple fire.
I know. I know. You are dangerous. Today, talking about fire, there was a fire. I put something on fire here. So was a physical fire on the oven. Thank God nothing is damaged, but yeah, triple fire.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What's the question?
Question. How are you experience your fire element, your masculine, your the element that it's how do you experience your fire?
You mean now?
Now, yes, right now in your triple fire. Have you burned something?
No, no. I don't know. I've gone through this phase of where the stripping of the false masculine is completed. I think it actually happened 2 nights before Morgan left.
Wow.
I didn't. Yeah, and then from there, of course, this alone time has been good. I think it's been good for a lot of people. I've watched the masculine, one falling away and one rising, but not just in men, but in women. But as far as the question about myself, there just seems to be a tremendous amount of alignment. Like you were talking about, you don't have to go digging for what needs to be shed, and you don't have to go digging for how am I going to accomplish this or that.
Yeah.
So everything is coming almost like, those in the airport, they have the escalators, but they also have those ones where they're flat and you just stand on.
Yeah.
So it's like you're on, it's like I'm on one of, so it's like I'm on one of those, and as I'm with no walls, and as I'm going down, as I'm on this thing, things are just coming like right up to me. And so I would say too that if the fire is masculine, I've got 3 fires. One of the things that I'm adjusting to or coming to terms with, or is that I'm not backing off of what the true divine masculine frequency is, what I'm bringing to the table, the sacred wisdom I'm bringing to the table. And I'm speaking not really as an individual, but for the energy, but as an individual. So I'm sticking with it. No matter what comes my way, of course, I'll question myself. If I'm uncomfortable, I'll take it into myself. But it's like I've stepped into my full power, and that's way beyond the words. And this actually occurred about a week ago. And I actually started to hear this voice, actually audibly hear this voice tell me what I can only say is my higher self tell me, hey, I'm here. I mean, you are me and I'm you, and things are different now. Things will be different now. So there's been a lot of keep your calm. I don't mean like things are rocky or nothing, but just stay centered, stay balanced, stay on that little conveyor belt, and just watch things happen for you, basically. And that's what's happened. That's what's happened. As an example, in the physical, as far as when we came to this place that I'm at now, which would have been a few weeks ago, maybe 8 weeks ago, we didn't have anywhere. We'd never had our own home. And we just stayed the course, and we stayed in that same type of space I'm trying to describe, but we were a couple, obviously. And we found ourselves in this place that became our first home. So from that, this organic farm we're on that has multiple units, they said to me, there's another place over here that might be better suited for you. And it was better, and it was cheaper. And the rate that we're paying is affordable anywhere in the US. I mean, it's like ridiculous, right? So then from there, the more stuff has come, people stepping up to fulfill roles in the Soulogy energy, other materialistic type. A friend of mine who I met when I got here, who said, "I've followed you. Come rent my room at my house for the next few weeks." She's doing what you're doing, and so many others. She's been here 35 years. She's packing all of her stuff, and she's moving to the mainland to be with her son and to see what happens next. No plans.
Yes.
She says,
yes.
I will give you and Morgan, nothing would make me happier than to give you all the contents of my house. If you'll watch for, take your full box.
And I've watched you. I've watched you for like 1.5 years. Like we've been very, very good friends. And I've watched you, and I have to watch you like close. We know each other very well. Your integrity and your growth, and it's like beyond amazing. And I'm like beyond happy to see that even from 1.5 years and now, and it's just, I want to make a point here. Through love, through the love of the heart, it's how we transform, and this is how you've been. And it's like with Morgan, what you have, it's much faster to do this. Not that you cannot do it by yourself, but this is how we are activated through the heart, through the space of love. And it starts on a very personal, and then it grows, and the capacity to love expands.
Yeah.
So
that's that fire and water coming together, and there's a lot of
steam. Yeah. but the fire, and this is for men, little tip for men, they need to know exactly what amount of fire to put, not to steam the water because she can evaporate, not to be too low because she's going to be cold, but it's the male energy, how to maintain that perfect. And it's not perfect, but it's exact temperature. So it's
I think too, to what you said earlier about the whole thing about not having to work anymore. I think this is, and I'm saying this across the board. I think that's what's happening. I think what's happening is the energies are what they are. The truth is what it is. Love is what it is, in all regards for everyone. And it's not work like it was, because really all it is now is it's aligning without obstruction. It's aligning and owning what is reality. And so it does take the work out of it. The chatter's lessening, you can see it everywhere, so it's
from love work. It's like but working from the heart, but it's new word. It's needed here. So many new words are needed in this new reality. So yes, we are welcome. I can say welcome to the new reality. I can, for me personally, from the collective, from everything, welcome. We are in the new reality. It's that overlapping.
True.
Yeah. And I think we have an hour already. I don't know how. We can do something next week if you feel like we can.
What day?
Same. What day is today? Oh.
Today's Saturday.
Saturday? Is it? No, today is Sunday.
Today's Sunday?
Yes.
I don't know.
Let's check in and we can confirm.
I'll check with you. You can do something Saturday, but we'll check with you. Yeah. Reach out to me. Have fun. Behave yourself.
Never. Staying in the moment, whatever comes, whatever rises. That's original. And even if you're rude and wow.
Oh, you take care. I love you.
I love you.
Thank you, everybody. I'm out for today. That's it. I'm almost burned out, so I'm going to take a nap. And then I'm going to schedule some shows.
Ciao.
See you. Bye-bye.